Welcome back to I'm Wondering, Not Lost. Susie and I are here to talk about our trip to Columbia Glacier West on board the Lu-Lu Belle. It's the wildlife and glacier cruise out of Valdez, Alaska. The captain, we spent a lot of time watching the glacier because it was calving or the ice was falling off the front of the glacier.
Amazing, yes.
We spent extra time there watching it because he just felt like something was going to happen while we were there, and he was right.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised as to how much was going on.
He told Ken and Trish, my brother that was on the trip with us, that this was the most ice that he has seen. And sitting here watching this, he said, this is the most calving that I have watched, or shedding that I've watched since I've been doing the cruise.
I think he was a little shocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you can see it falling right below the dark areas right there. The areas to watch are the right-hand side of the dark area, the far right-hand side of the glacier, and the far left-hand side of the glacier. But as we show it, it's so interesting to me to watch this because to me it's historic.
It is.
It's
breathtaking. Amazing.
Yeah. You got any more words you want to use? You got any more of those 50-cent words you want to use there, babe?
Amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the cruise. Can't say enough about the Captain Fred. He knows what he's doing. He's very talented at what he does. Very knowledgeable. And he has a desire to make sure that everybody gets to experience the most of Alaska that he can give them while he's on that boat.
His personality, he had us laughing, just enjoying the cruise so much more. What a wonderful guy.
Yeah, he really was. The stories that he would tell. You get on the boat and he says, well, you're here today to see this, but wait a minute, there's something else in town you need to see before you leave. So you got to stay another day. You got to go down and see the museum. And then a few minutes later, now there's a full replica of the original Valdez in a warehouse downtown. It was so big they had to rent a warehouse and put it in a warehouse. So you need to stay another day so you can go see that, so you can experience that.
He just added on. He had it up to, how long were we supposed to stay?
I think it was a week time he got through,
At least.
Everything that he knew about and thought we ought to experience while we're there. There goes a chunk off down into the Prince William Sound. This video doesn't cover the wildlife that we got to see on this cruise.
Wow, there was humpbacks, sea lions, seals, otters, different types of birds.
Yeah, we saw several bald eagles.
Yeah.
We fell in behind and followed a mother and a baby humpback.
Oh, yeah.
For 15-20 minutes. They would go down for 4 minutes and come back up surface and make a couple of surface flows and then go down for another 4 minutes.
Side by side. It was wonderful.
They pretty much were on a schedule where you could film them and catch them and film them. There's another video on our channel that has the wildlife that we saw and other pictures that we took on this cruise.
Fun time.
This video is rather long. You spend a lot of time just sitting and watching the front of the glacier, just waiting for something to happen. The thing that amazes me is how blue the ice is on the glacier, considering it is all packed snow. You know, we see snow at home and it's white.
Yeah.
It is just white. But this packed snow, and the refraction of the light through it gives it a blue tint. And I mean, it's just the prettiest blue that you can see on and not even realize that it's ice that is creating the blue. You know, we're a mile away from the front of the glacier. This thing is huge. We may be even further than that, because I think the captain said this thing's about 100 foot tall or so. The main glacier is over several hundred feet tall. So he didn't get real close to this one because it was calving or shedding. But the places to watch are on the far right hand side, right up against the rocks. The right hand side of the dark area in the middle, and then the far left hand side. That's where the activity was while we were there.
And the sounds it made. Oh my.
Yeah, these rocks would fall off there's like a hole up in the center of that dark spot, and the ice and rocks would come out of there and fall and hit in the water. It sounded about like a gunshot going off to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when it hit the water, it was like a cannonball hitting.
And if you watch here on the left, we're getting ready to just see a section fall over there. I'll pan back to it if I remember correctly here in just a second. It starts falling, and we'll catch that. There it goes.
Wow.
And it just flowed out and dropped off into the water like that.
Cameras were out everywhere.
You know, when we pulled up to the glacier, the captain pulled up with the bow straight into the glacier.
Right.
And we were doing pictures. People were doing, he said this makes a good postcard picture in front of the glacier. And they had Santa hats. They had a sign that said Merry Christmas to make it your Christmas picture of the year. And they also had a Lu-Lu Belle life ring. You can get a picture made standing there holding that.
That's what we did. Yeah.
The mates on the boat actually came out and they would take the pictures for you. And she made some really good shots.
They were very good at what they did.
Yeah, those two girls were great. They the food on this boat. You want to tell about the food?
Oh, they had chowder. You could put a spoon in it. The flavor. I had the salmon chowder. Gary had the clam chowder. And we had some oyster crackers with it. And it was delicious. It was filling, homemade, I believe.
You can stick the fork in it, the spoon down in it, and stand it up, and it would stand up and stay there.
True.
It was that thick.
Oh, it was delicious.
It was creamy and thick and rich. I probably shouldn't have been eating it, but we're not going to go there.
We're on vacation.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And the brownies. Oh, about half a plate. Half a plate. Okay, it was less. But
brownies were about a 4-inch square. They had 9 by 13 pans, and they would cut it down the center, and then I think there were 4 on each side or something like. So you can imagine how big those brownies were. But they were made from scratch brownies. I sat there and watched the girl mix them up and put them in the pan.
Yeah.
Made from scratch and cooked on the boat. Now, they're rather sneaky about the way they do that. We've been out there most of the day,
yeah.
late in the afternoon, they start bringing cooking the brownies. So you can smell those brownies all over the boat. You could even smell them outside.
Yes, true. Yes.
They smelled so good, so delicious.
You see a little bit of the wave coming in from when it took a little while to reach out to the boat, but they were pretty huge.
And some of these waves, swells,
Swells.
I would call them 1.5 to 2, maybe even 3 foot swells from some of these falls. But there's some pretty good swells coming out of the boat.
Yeah. And the prices there on the ship, they were all reasonable. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm sure you were too.
Yeah, the brownie was $4 per brownie.
Yeah.
And like I say, it was at least a 4 inch by 4 inch square.
Yeah.
One of the guys tried to buy the whole pan of brownies while we were on there.
He did, yeah. And the clam chowder was reasonable too.
Yeah, I think it was $5
$5
or $6 a bowl.
And there's Captain Fred.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. He was a great guy. Yeah.
Very entertaining on the cruise.
What about the maneuvers in the boat? Tell him about that. Oh my goodness, I was sweating.
The captain, he was trying to let people get pictures of puffer birds, and he'd pull the bow of the boat up into these caverns alongside the shoreline, and not just nose the boat in a little bit. He pulled it in there and turned it sideways and went around the bend in the cavern so he could get it way up in there.
If you were down on the bow, is that correct?
Yeah.
You could probably reach over and touch the cavern. I mean, it was that close.
And one of the guys was talking about he had to duck because the ceiling on it almost hit him in the head because there was a swell that came in and raised the boat up.
He was amazing, the way he maneuvered that boat. It was just... And he got a chuckle out of it, too. The guy had a sense of humor. It was just amazing. It had us all laughing.
You can see how there's just a few chunks of ice around the boat now. There's a section falling right in the center. Look at that. Look how high the water splashed up when that came off. Now the captain had the boat sitting sideways now at the glacier. So we get to ride these waves out sideways. Wow, there's another big section falling. Look at that. Now the bad thing about this trip, we didn't listen to them, and we didn't take our phone chargers. And what happened, Susie?
Well, mine was the first to go. Okay.
Before we even got to the glacier, ours was dead.
Well, I had all the humpbacks and otters and seals and sea lions to take pictures.
And mine was about 30 or 40% when we got here. And unfortunately, mine did go dead before we finished filming everything.
I can't believe we forgot that. I just can't believe it.
He said he would wait for us to go get them, but I'm not sure he would have waited that long. Okay. Wow, look at that big one. That's worth backing up and watching. If you're watching this live, back up and watch that one.
Rewind.
That was huge. Yeah. Replay. Yeah, that was a huge fall. And you can see these waves coming in. That was from the first section that fell there that these waves you're feeling right now. The next waves from what just fell were even more than this. So wildlife glacier cruise. There we go.
Whoa, hold on. It's a rockin'. It's a rockin'. I think I held on to you. Oh, please, don't fall in. Don't take me with you.
Yeah. Wildlife Glacier cruise out of Valdez, Alaska. On board the Lu-Lu Belle. Great crew. Crew of 3, captain and 2 mates.
The receptionist was wonderful. The
Yeah.
lady that waited on us was
Yeah.
very, very nice.
She was very nice at the office.
Yeah. And the girls that were the crew deck, they were versatile. They had them cooking, and taking pictures, and greeting us, and tying off the boat. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, one of the young ladies actually parked the boat.
Yeah, helped.
The captain got
Fred?
out of the way, and he said at one point he stepped away from the helm, and he says, she was taking it in. He says, "Yeah, at this point I get nervous. I'm just going to go down below and watch from down below." I don't think it really made him nervous because he had a whole lot of confidence in those ladies.
He had a lot of faith in them. Yes, he did.
To dock the boat, not park it, but dock it.
Oh, and at one point, got a little scary. You remember that point? You were driving
Oh,
the boat.
now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they let Gary drive the boat. Everyone.
Yep, they also let Susie drive the boat. So what does that say?
They had a lot of confidence in me.
Oh, listen to this.
No worries. Yeah,
And
it
we
was
did,
fun. It was
and we
nice.
did not run it aground.
When you're out in the middle, it's kind of hard to do.
Maybe because we were out in the middle of 5 Mile Wide,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that had something to do with it there.
and them standing right there beside you. Be sure you didn't turn the wheel hard.
Ready to grab the wheel at any
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I guess all that had something to do with it.
I don't know how many cruises will let you take the wheel. I think that was
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah, that was neat. Not nice. That was neat.
It was pretty cool. Actually.
What an experience. I have steered the LST 325. And say I steered it in the Ohio River or Mississippi River, I forget which. And now I've steered the Lu-Lu Belle in Prince William Sound. So look out. Before long I'll have my captain's license.
Or at least the hat.
Oh, wait a minute, I already got the hat.
Oh,
I already got the captain's hat.
there you go. Step up. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, they were shooting this video. We did stop the video some and restart it. I kept thinking, all right, that's all that's going to happen. That's all that's going to happen. Look how blue that ice is. Look how blue that glacier is right there. And what has caused the face of it to be dirty and stuff, it did pick up and have some rock and dirt that it was pushing down, and it ended up on top of it. Or maybe it fell on top of it at some point off the mountain as it was coming down. That's what all the dark stuff is. When these things, rocks and stuff would fall off, there's a hole on that face, and when they fall out of that hole, it sounded like gunshots going off. They just made a real loud popping sound.
Get a little echo there. Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
You would get an echo up there. Most definitely would. And you can see the ice starting to build up around the ship, or head toward the ship. When we got there was no ice. When we left, there was a line of ice all the way around.
Look at it.
From side to side.
Yeah, I think Captain Fred was amazed at how much ice activity happened.
Yeah, he was talking to Ken and Trish about it and said, I've never seen this much activity at one time. And he says, I've been doing this, I forget when they started out.
It was a while.
Many, many years, 10, 20, 30 years or better. I think he's probably been doing it close to 50 years.
Yeah, it's in his
Maybe
heart.
40 to 50 years. And he said, I've never seen this much activity. He said, I've never seen so much ice that I couldn't get to the front of the main glacier. They call this a chicken glacier when you couldn't get to the main one, you chicken out and come over here to Columbia Glacier West, and that's where this all occurred.
Just a lot of ice in front of the boat coming towards us. Beautiful.
Slowly but surely, it's gone. The captain just kept sitting there. He wants everybody to experience everything that he can get them to experience in Alaska. For him, it's all about everybody seeing and experiencing his Alaska that he loves so much.
Oh, yeah. What a guy. What a character.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Not going to stay there a week to go see everything you want me to go see, but maybe someday I will. But this trip, no, I'm not going to stay there that long. But yeah, it was quite amazing.
The town was nice. You know, having the boating just downtown, you know.
Valdez is is the termination point for the pipeline. And it terminates in Valdez, and the reason it was picked is because the harbor never freezes over. So it's always open. Ships can get in and out. Just look at all that ice coming all around the boat there.
Yeah, we ended up eating at a little place we got in late. Fat Mermaid. It was good salmon, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good salmon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be long before my battery dies on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the big black section there on the right. It did fall after my battery died. But yeah, this is a historical moment to see all of this as far as I'm concerned.
It is. I think the ship's going to start rocking here. Maybe not.
I don't see many waves coming toward us, but nothing's fallen lately that would cause the boat to rock, but it was Captain Fred and the Lu-Lu Belle.
Check it out if you ever get there.
Yeah.
What a wonderful cruise.
Yep. Very, very nice cruise. We want to thank them for everything that we experienced on this trip. Obviously, we couldn't have done it without them. So, yeah, that was great. Remember in life, make memories, but only leave footprints.